What's happening, yo?
Okay, I'll get you guys up to speed. We're gonna use a different initiative in a bit, but at the aftermath of Philomena, when she combusts after being felled by the frost giant scout, you come to your senses, blinking away the black spots caused by the intense light and having singed hair and burned and partial your skin's burned. Especially you, Grellis, who were right in the epicenter of the strike. You notice that the Briar Gate is visibly damaged. Looks like it won't be able to handle much more attack. Grellis, by your feet, there are ashes. Yuriko, what do you do first?
I'm going to immediately bolt for those ashes.
You run past Grellis. There's a large pile of ashes. It's about like two handfuls of just phoenix ashes.
All I can imagine is Grellis is like sitting there on his back, just smoldering and smoking. She's like, "Oh my god!" Like just frantically gathering up ashes. Exactly.
Just like shove his face side. Move.
You breathe a sigh of relief, knowing that within the next 24 hours, as long as these ashes are kept in a relatively safe area, she will rise again. But as of now, she is completely out of the fight.
I will gather them in my bag.
She fills in the bag nice and firmly packed. It creates almost like an egg again when you tie the pouch up, just like back when you first hatched her.
I'm so sad!
I'm not. I'm dying.
Fuck you! Where were you?
Dying.
You halted the advance, but in the distance you can still hear footsteps. They're mobilizing for their next strike.
I'm going to use healing surges. Heal up.
After resting, Tabitha is on the opposite side right now, holding a hand up to the briar wall, and she releases her arm from it and starts coughing again. We don't have enough time to reinforce the briar wall, she says.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find words, but I'm like really focused on like Philomena right now. I don't know when Abner will be back, but hopefully he'll come in time.
You really trust this man, don't you?
Both he and Grellos here have we've been through a lot together.
So we will put our trust in you, Yuriko. Get behind the briar wall now. More are coming soon.
Can I still stand like on it?
Yes, you can still stand on it.
Okay, yeah, I'll stand on it.
Grellis, where do you go?
I'll go under that bridge.
This bridge right here?
Yes.
The moment you come here, several arrows fly out from the woods. You're going within the vicinity of their shots.
God damn it, Grellos.
Go ahead. Help me with arrows, David. Killing me is what you do best.
I haven't killed you once yet. What are you talking about?
You tried to many times.
I know, but you've survived, so you can't claim bias. Okay, maybe today you can. But I was okay. 3 arrows, very much like trees with ice arrowheads, fly past you. The first one misses, and the next 2 hit their targets and impale you. You take 25 damage.
Make it 30.
That wasn't that bad. More?
Do you keep going?
I guess not.
They see you. They clearly see you. They're taking shots at you.
Oh, no, they clearly see me. There's nothing I can do about it because the point was to get under the bridge and wait for them to get near the gate so I could ambush them from the back, but that ain't going to happen now, so I'll just head back to the gate.
They have eyes on the bridge, so if you come closer to it, they will attack it. Grellos figures that out for you the hard way.
Totally planned. He was a scout. Move your bitch ass over.
You hear steady drums in the darkness. Somewhere within the tree line, someone is pounding a large concussive drum, and you hear battle formation synchronized with these steps.
Oh dear.
You look past the bridge. Countless frost giants have assembled all along the perimeter. You see this carpet of blue eyes peering at you, their icy eyes hating and wanting to extinguish the light within your bodies. And behind them in formation, there is what appears to be a single soldier with drums strapped to his chest. Every time he strikes them, the troops around him move in unison. He stops at the bridge and stops drumming. All the troops halt. Instead, he parts the path. You can hear louder footsteps. Trees part, and the frost titan from the day before emerges. The others hold their position, but they will prepare to swarm once the frost titan breaks through the barricade.
No.
We really use a dragon about now.
Gonna die. No, gonna die. I don't know what to do.
The Frost Titan raises both of his empty arms into the sky and lets out a triumphant yell.
For Isvandar! We wipe these creatures from this land.
He thumps his chest twice and barrels toward the Briar Gate.
I'll shout out to the people that are around. We have survived worse than this. We can take out this army. Now show them what this tribe is made of.
Drink water, eat earth, grow tall, they say.
Yeah.
In their weakened and battered state, they stand at the Briar Gate, prepared to throw their magics. The Frost Titan charges. He strikes the Briar Wall with slam.
Punch him in the face. Poke him in the eye.
Bitch in the face.
Yuriko,
What?
I'll give you a free attack. Go.
Oh.
He crit fail.
Oh.
Way.
You should break
Just
his
a
knuckles.
basic,
Great. Straight crit.
basic melee?
Yes.
28.
As he charges at you, attempting to strike the Briar Wall, he rears back a fist. You throw your fist out.
Yeah!
Both of your knuckles clash in midair, and you throw him back.
I'm sorry, what?
Excuse me?
What is this
Tell me
power?
the story later.
Dude, you're not gonna believe this shit.
Hacks. I call hacks.
God damn it. Worst time to crit fail ever. For me, at least. Abner, you're going around them to the edge of the Briar Gate. You listen, and you can hear what appears to be this concussive clash, like stone upon stone, that echoes out from wherever it happened. And you hear a roaring, triumphant sound, like an extra thunderclap. This is what happened when Yuriko...
Oh, please.
Ah!
You also hear a distant, low roar. You look to the sky and you see Scotty has taken flight. You're still riding Azula's back, so you'll arrive at the fight at the beginning of the next round. Growlos, have at it.
Cool.
I will use my minor Aegis of Salt.
Aegis of Salt.
Super fucking angry for no reason.
Aegis of online multiplayer. Aegis of YouTube comment section.
Agents of
section.
League.
I will tag the giant. What exactly happened with Yuriko? She punched him and lightning came out of her fist straight out of the sky. Which one?
You know what, let's make this cool. As he runs at her, rearing his fist and prepared to knock her off the Briar Gate. Basically like Falcon punch her off. She drops the lightning down upon her and just like punches back at him, and their knuckles meet in midair. Spontaneously, somewhere 100 miles away, someone like has a beautiful baby boy.
And like
100 miles to the left, someone like, hits puberty for the first time. I need to explain somehow why a fucking 1 stops the momentum of like a 500-ton beast of ice, and that's the best I could come up with. Okay.
I'm awesome.
He tripped.
Oh God, I hate myself.
Wait, didn't?
No,
okay.
I want to punch him. That's cooler.
Just like you and nothing else. Just you punch him so hard. Like Hellboy, you punch his fist in.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah. So that's what she did. She stopped him from hurting the Briar Wall. So it is your turn.
I will use Silver Light Strike.
Go
The
ahead.
strike causes silver light to flare around your foe, obscuring the ability to perceive anyone but you.
All right.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Not very well. Oh, shit. 36 versus AC.
That is a hit, my friend.
You
Noise.
know it's a hit. 16 radiant damage. Till the end of your next turn, all your allies are invisible to the target.
Sweet.
All right. So he only sees you now. So
That's bad.
Where'd it go? Where'd I go? You don't know that.
Since I didn't use my move, I'm gonna fly straight up.
All right.
Be like, follow me, punk.
as you're flying up, you provoke his attack of opportunity, and he attempts to punch you as you're flying through the air, because now he only sees you.
Crit fail. Crit fail. Crit fail.
Nah, he's gonna miss you. He's like 24
Versus what?
versus your AC. It's not gonna hit. I know how good your thing is. Okay, just fucking go.
I just wanted you to say it for me. I'm
It
just
missed.
waiting.
Okay, 24 versus 18. God.
Oh shoot! I didn't know that would happen. How cool!
Do you see this? Do you see this right now? Okay, so
Yuriko, your turn finally.
Fire everything.
I will first, as a minor, use my Shield of Gales, which gives me +2 to my defenses. And when any enemy ends its turn adjacent to me, I can slide that enemy 1 square as a free action. And then, get this bitch out of the way, I will use Fairy Fire on him. 22.
That is not enough.
It's a daily, though, so it'll do things. Anyways, the miss damage, it'll still do this damage. It'll do 8 damage, and will grant combat advantage.
To him, an invisible creature just struck him from the shadows. He can't see you right now, but he whips around angrily.
Who did that?
It's fire and radiant. Does that make a difference?
Yes, fire hurts him more. Where you struck him, you notice that there's like melt water coming off of his shoulder. Good job, Yuriko.
I will end my turn.
Esteron is galloping alongside Azula, who is also in full sprint, cutting across the forest like a lightning streak. You eventually arrive, and you see the towering monstrosity that you had run from is striking at a gate created of massive snow-covered brambles, and atop of the gate, you see Yuriko standing triumphant, facing down this colossal titan. Even standing on the gate, which is at least 20 feet tall, she barely reaches the height of this titan, and she's holding her own against it. The others are attempting to support her, but they seem damaged and weakened. Growlos has taken to the air, holding his sword aloft.
Where am I? Am I on the south or the north?
You are at the south side. There's no way you could have made it to the north side unless you cut around the entire Briar Gate, and you would not have made it in time. To the back, the Windkeeper was stomping and hitting his drums, and as he does, the horde is advancing and walking behind him. There seems to be no end to them. It's like an avalanche coming towards you, heralded by drums. As you are seemingly surrounded and hopeless, the sky splits and you hear a roar. Creature, massive in scale and size and presence, drops and holds her ground. He starts slamming on his drums, telling the troops to fight, and she roars back in defiance. Send you back into the abyss!
Yeah.
And you arrive at the other flank. Keep them back and destroy the Titan before it breaks the Briar Gate. The Frost Titan, still looking at Growlos, but still realizing he's being hurt around him, will use Cascading Avalanche. He jumps up into the sky and slams down, creating this massive shockwave. Everyone on ground level is in the burst.
I want to use an immediate interrupt. You're attacked by anything with fire, cold, or acid or lightning. I choose that damage, and you and all my allies within 10 squares gain 20 resistance against that damage. The end of my next.
That's fucking awesome.
So I see him jumping, and I cause the vines to wrap around the snow and prevent him from bursting out and hurting everybody.
You will resist 20 of this attack if it hits. Let's see. As you create this barricade, you actually block his attack entirely and dispel the burst of ice that his attack would have caused. All the others basically shielded themselves, preparing for the worst, but you create this barricade and block it for all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Frost Titan, he is going to look up at Growlos now. He reaches out with an open palm and an icicle forms at his hand, and it shoots out towards the airborne Dragonborn. He is the only one that he can see right now.
I have 20 resist.
35 versus reflex.
That hits.
31 cold damage. You only take 11 of that. And you are slowed. The ice spire is partially melted by Yuriko's magic, but it does eventually reach you. When it hits you, it causes your wings to stiffen, and you have difficulty flying. Until the Briar Gate is breached, the army cannot get through. Scotty will keep them at bay, but you need help taking down the Frost Titan. Abner, what do you do?
I'm going to be like, Dean, my friends need my help. I'm going to go help them now. Okay? We can settle this later.
You better not die. If you do, I'll hunt you down in the other world, kill you there.
Okay, Dean. I don't want to say anything else to egg him on or anything, so.
Good.
Alucard, get behind the Briar Gate. Azula's hurt right now, right?
Yeah, she's still kind of hurt.
Azula, get behind the gate as well.
She seemingly wants to stay beside you.
Aww.
I'm not going to lose you again. Stay behind that wall, please.
She seems troubled, but she is visibly injured, so she runs alongside with Alucard after giving you a quick nuzzle, and then she bolts away behind the briar wall, and they are removed from the fight.
I am going to use my final bolt of transit, and I want to. How big is this guy? Like,
I'm gonna say he's at least 30 feet tall.
that's big. I want to aim this crossbow straight in the middle of his back. So, like, when I teleport there, I'll be holding on to his back.
That's clever. If you can grab a hold, I'll let you do that. You gotta hit the attack, and then I'm gonna make you do a grab check.
Okay, I am going to attack him with Killer's Eye. Well, that's probably not it. So, yeah, that's 23.
All right, so it bounces off of him, but the Bolt of Transit's ability is invoked, and you will teleport to this one.
I will.
Hi,
At that point, I'm going to activate my Fey Touch leather armor,
Go for it.
and it's an encounter. I become invisible until the end of my next turn.
As you teleport, he turns to face you and sees nothing but air. Grelos.
I will use Shatter Blade on him. 37 versus AC.
That's a hit.
18 damage. Basically, I point my sword and it shatters to 1,000 pieces, cuts into him, and then reforms in my hand.
Dean pulls out his black sword once more. Asteron has his cudgel in hand, and they start advancing on the crowd of encroaching frost giants. Asteron turns to him and he says, "Did you enjoy the ride with your boyfriend?" He says as a joke. Dean says, "Watch it, you."
It's like,
"Hope you can keep up with me." Asteron continues to chide him. "I'll look for you on the field." And they both charge at the other side, pincering the crowd between themselves and the white dragon. Yuriko, have at it.
I will just shift into a tugger, and from that I will use my Storm Beast attack,
Storm
which
Beast.
is a close blast 3. Only enemies, and this is versus reflex.
Go for it.
Na, 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 na. Don't fuck up. Backward talk. 30 versus reflex.
That's a hit.
13 damage, and I get +2 power bonus to attack rolls against him until the end of my next turn.
When you hit him, the icicles on his body all fly out in different directions. He's using freezing backlash. This will most likely hit you. This would have done 24 damage, but you're going to take just 4 of it. Abner, you're in the blast too, just so you know. But you weren't in the burst of her attack, so you actually take the full 24 cold damage.
Oh yeah, you don't get the resistance.
Both of you are now restrained and take ongoing 5 save ends.
That's not nice.
Well, I'm at 47.
Damn, son.
You're go,
Alright,
go.
I'll end my turn.
Asteron and Dean are basically out of the fight. At least in this case, they are dealing with their own fight. But they charge, weapons held high, into the crowd. Asteron screaming triumphantly, "For Bane!" And Dean slips behind a rock and disappears from sight. Frost Titan will now act.
Oh dear.
You are still invisible, right, Abner?
Yes.
Okay, in that case, he only sees Grelos and Yuriko. He'll attack Grelos first because he just did a melee attack and he's within range, followed by Yuriko. He has 3 strikes for slam, and the third strike is against the Briar Gate at your feet. First strike is for Grelos, which is definitely a hit. 31 damage. This would have been... This is...
Till the end of your next turn, you gain resistance to all damage equal to 5 plus your con, so 8 damage resistance. Well, that really helped. Okay.
The second strike is aimed at Yuriko. It's also 31 cold damage.
I'll use my immediate interrupt amulet to take
I have
it.
Aegis of Assault
Nice.
tagged on him, so I teleport next to him and attack on basic attack. So I'll move over her. Alright, yeah.
Now you have a flank. So you have a flank +2.
So, Grelos, you're knocked back, and as soon as he rears his other fist and punches Yuriko and strikes her, you teleport behind him and strike.
It's like,
Yeah, 18 damage.
And you cut him, carve off a nice chunk of ice off of his back.
Put it in the
along
drink
with
and drink that shit.
the next strike, unfortunately, critically hits the briar wall and smashes it open. Yuriko, you're on the briar wall, so you will fall.
You
I'm a
land
cat,
prone.
so I'll land on my feet.
Do a saving throw.
You know.
I'm a cat. I fucking land on my
God
feet.
damn it! Okay, fine. You land on your feet. I hate you. Unstoppable.
I land like a graceful kitty.
All right, but the briar wall gets smashed open. There's a large opening now where there used to be an impenetrable gate. And you land right before the massive creature.
Meow.
Abner, go for it.
I'm going to.
Be cool, man. Be cool.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Fish should cry.
That's what they said. I'm gonna knock this bitch out. 39 versus 42.
That's a hit.
I'll take a jump and then I'll start running up him, like slash, and then knock him real hard out of his stupid helmet too, like, or like on the side of his temple and knock him out.
Yeah, the helmet is just knocked clean off of his head, and he collapses face first into the dirt.
Hey, Yuriko. You almost died without me, huh?
I don't say anything.
She's in
You're
Cinderella
kind of
mode.
in awe right now.
I'm actually really upset because my bird is gone. I'll go over here to help with combat advantage for Abner. Shifts into human again, and I look over at the army and see random people I don't know fighting, but I'll help and use Call Lightning so I can aim it like right here.
Call down your staff once more, and the lightning cracks the sky. 2 of them shatter into pieces. As you do that, the one hitting the drums lifts his drum once more and makes him into a lightning rod, and it strikes him, knocks him down, and destroys his drum, and the crowd around you becomes uncoordinated. They continue to fight, but he can't control them anymore.
It's now a zone of rumbling thunder that lasts until the end of my next turn. While within the zone, any enemy takes -2 penalty to attack rolls, and if you leave the zone, you take 5 thunder damage. So my sound drowns out his sound with thunder.
Frost Titan is still asleep. Oh, he can save out of it, right?
Yeah.
Motherfucker. He doesn't.
Yeah!
Go, Abner.
Oh man, let me bring down the pain for a second. Hold up.
Dude.
Somebody gonna get hurt real bad.
30 versus AC.
That's a hit.
46 damage.
And so you run up behind him and you stab your sword into his back as he's resting. You twist it, creating this massive fissure that runs alongside his entire back, almost splitting him in twain. And he roars in pain, stands back up, and now you're just hanging on to his back, sword into his back.
Take that, motherfucker. I am going to use low slash. Please hit. Crit.
Crit fail?
Yeah.
As you're hanging on, you attempt to drop. He spins you around just in the nick of time, kind of throwing you sideways. And he turns around, rears back his fist. He lets go a left cross and punches you across the field. 37 cold damage.
Ouch.
That's frosty.
I have 10 health
As
left.
You land against a tree, knocking off all of the snow on top, and it lands back down on you. Doesn't hurt.
You just see like a little gash of red escape my mouth.
I want to use my Aegis of Assault. 34 versus AC.
That's a hit.
That's a hit.
12 damage.
You run across him and you chop off the arm that he struck Abner with. Breaks cleanly off. As soon as it lands into the ground, the magic keeping it solid dissipates immediately and it melts away into water. And over at the side here, you see lightning continue to strike. More of these creatures evaporate back to the water that they came from. Skadi buzzes the bridge, sweeps across it, and takes down several in her wake, her massive talons ripping across them and turning them into snow. The other 2 strangers, who you're yet to be introduced to, continue their onslaught, felling foe after foe. They seem to be very seasoned fighters. Go ahead, Yuriko.
I pull out from my bag a black seed and I will throw it, creating a flame seed. So he takes 5 damage and he'll keep taking 6 damage as long as he's in there.
This is gonna kill him. He roars at you and opens his mouth and like screams at you, like threatening you, and you flick the flame seed right into his gullet.
He
grasps it with his right arm, the one that's still intact, horrified of what he just accidentally did. It seems like there's just smoke coming out of his mouth now.
It burns! It burns! Ah!
He reaches his fist out on his turn, attempting to strike you, and before he does, shatters and just crumbles into meltwater.
Oh, nice.
As soon as that happens, you can hear frightened screams from among their ranks.
Isvander will have his vengeance. We will return. The cold always returns.
I will roar.
Scotty descends back upon the bridge, blocking it any further passage, and she says, "Flee to your master and tell them I'm coming for him." The rest of the frost giants, after losing their head, flee in abject terror.
Woo! Yeah, good job, guys.
Who's your buddy, Abner?
Oh yeah, we gotta do that. I get out of the snow that landed on top of me, and I'm just like, I'm beat up. I'm at 10 health. I'm kind of dragging my sword, and I'm just like walking like. You guys okay?
Are you okay?
Dean is rushing to his side, sword held aloft.
I turn to Dean, and I'm just like looking at him. It's like,
But you're too far to do anything, so he will run up to Abner, black sword gleaming, and he swings it down upon you.
What the fuck?
You bring your sword up to meet him, and when the swords clash, there is this loud ping. Both of you are flung away from each other the moment the swords clash into one, and the concussive force throws you back against the briar wall, and you're knocked out.
I will immediately stand in between them.
Dean flies back as well, hurt, but he's still conscious.
I want to look at whoever this is and, like, growl at them.
Get out of my way, he says, his blade pointing at you.
I don't know who you are, but you are not touching him again.
Abner, you are waving in and out of consciousness.
hey, Yuriko, I'd like you to meet Dean.
That state looks a lot older than I thought.
Well, he is a human.
I've waited many years for this. Get a chance to avenge my brother.
You never let me explain, Dean.
I've heard enough of your lies.
It's not what you think.
He's still a step away from you, but the blade is between you and him. Get out of my way. I won't ask you again.
I want to use Arthur's step and teleport behind me. I want to knock him the fuck out.
Go ahead.
I use the butt of my sword and I crack him in the back of the head.
Gah! He drops the blade before you. It just lands into the snow.
I'm like, that was for earlier.
Azula runs past the briar wall and beside Abner. She then turns to Asteron, who has been threatening to eat him for the last 2 days, and growls at him, holding him at bay.
Stop! Don't kill them.
She listens to your words and runs back by you. She kind of nudges into your chest, trying to like give you a chance to get on.
I do so.
She lifts you back onto her back, keeping you in place, and walks back into the village. The others rush to your aid too. They turn to Yuriko. What do we do with this one and the other one?
And I look at Dean. I say, tie this one up. And then I look at the cow and ask, state your name and your business, and perhaps I might let you live.
I am Asteron. I am a cleric of the Lord Bane, ally to Dean Nightray.
Ally? So would that make you our enemy, is what I'm curious of.
Whatever Dean has with your friend really does not concern me. I am here for the thrill of battle, and it seems like we find ourselves surrounded by enemies. I suggest that if you wish to see another dawn, you don't lose a good arm.
I walk up to him and put out my arm.
Your arm.
Arm in hand.
Don't ally with him.
He's a moo cow. I like animals.
Oh, wait, are you like shaking his hand or something? Or
Yeah, like,
She said,
Don't
all right.
worry.
She,
He puts the cudgel behind his back, and he says, "May Bane lead us to great victory."
do the bro.
If you're gonna tie Dean, make sure that the ropes are tight.
We'll keep an eye on him. He won't cause any trouble. Come, back into the village. Skadi, please, watch the gate for now.
Jesus.
Oh,
so,
scary.
You have acquired a new ally, Asteron, the Minotaur. You have also acquired Dean Nightray, a man hell-bent on vengeance. You return to the Druid village, hurt, but no casualties, save for nothing that you can't recover from.
She's dead.
No casualties. We have no casualties,
nothing
guys.
that you can't recover from. And you must decide what you
Emotionally
do.
or physically.
Alright, and you will figure out what you will do next time we meet. Good job, everyone. You did the best you could, and you survived enough to fight another day.
Guys, I gotta say, I knocked out a giant. That's all.
That's pretty cool.
All
I
right,
punched
guys.
a giant, and you know, punch
Oh,
his
dude.
fists.
I swear to God, I'm pretty sure his finger's bigger than your fist. I was like, that's insane.
Ah.
That's cool.